Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are making the lovely gift package motif from my book, Go Crochet Afghan Design Workbook, because our friend Sharon from the channel has asked for some help with this pattern. So you can find the link to this book in the description below, but this is on page 53 and we are going to stitch and read along. So this is a rectangular motif. I'm starting with a yellow yarn. I thought I would go ahead and actually match the colors of the motif a little bit and start with a yellow yarn. This is paint box yarn and I have a K-sized hook. So following the instructions, I'm going to chain 4 and join with a slip stitch to form a ring. And if I were to examine the diagram, I can see at the center of the motif where there is a number 1 for round 1. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4 ovals with a slip stitch to make that first ring there in the center. So I'm going to place a slip knot on my hook and chain 1, 2, 3, 4, which is both the written instruction and also the symbol diagram. So slip stitch in the 4th chain from the hook to form that ring. So please subscribe and like this channel while we are stitching along. There's plenty of videos on reading stitch patterns. I hope this one helps you further. I do not turn my rounds very often. Other designers do, but I do not. So on round 2, and usually that says that, note all rounds are worked on the right side. So for most of my motifs in any of my books, it's just the way I like to do it. So that makes the beginning circle on the inside. So we're ready for round 1, which is chain 1, 8 single crochet in the ring. So chain 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus signs, which are the single crochets. So chain 1, and then 8 single crochet in the ring. 1, 2, 3, and you'll see that the instructions, the written instructions, and the diagram agree. So whenever you have trouble with a pattern and you can't understand one, check out the other and vice versa, and you can do a checks and balances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have one more to go. Then it says, join with a slip stitch in the single crochet, but do not fasten off. Okay, and we have a total of 8 single crochet, so we can check our work by counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you look at the diagram, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus signs, which are all single crochet. And since we are not changing color, the diagram really doesn't tell us whether or not we are changing color. And the change in color of the diagram font helps us see the difference between a round and the next round and the next round. It does not indicate the color of yarn. So just so you are aware. Round 2, we are going to chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch. Okay, right there. Then we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip a stitch, this one here, single crochet in the next single crochet stitch, and repeat from the star 2 more times, which would be here. So then we would chain 3 again, then we'd single crochet in the next stitch again, then we would chain 3 again, single crochet in the next stitch again, and then, so we did that repeating twice, and then chain 3 and skip 1 stitch and join. Okay, you following? I know it's all very quick. So chain 1, and then we are going to single crochet in the single crochet. I like to work over my tails. Then chain 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here it is in the written instructions. Skip 1 stitch, skip 1 stitch here, skip 1 stitch here. Single crochet in the next stitch. Work over my tail, single crocheting in the next stitch. Okay, and chain 1, 2, 3, skip a stitch, so we're repeating this, single crochet in the next stitch, 1, 2, 3, skipping a stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, and so we have 1, 2, 3 chain 3 spots so far. We have 1 to go. 1, 2, 3. So this is the end where it says chain 3, skip 1 stitch, skipping 1 stitch, join with slip stitch in the first single crochet. So the first single crochet is here. So I will slip stitch in there, and I now have this little center of the motif. This one says to fasten off at the end of round 2, so I shall do that. Cutting a tail, weaving the tail through the loop that was on the hook, pull snug. There's where we have it. Check our work against the diagram. Looks good. So now we're on round 3 and we are changing color. So we're joining color B, the next color, with slip stitch in any chain 3 space. So it doesn't matter which one. We are going to, with slip stitch in any chain 3 space. So I am placing a slip knot on my hook. I'm going to slip stitch into a chain 3 space. Okay, then we will chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. And if you're on round 3 of the diagram, you can see I slip stitch, that's the gray dot there that goes with this gray round of round 3, and 1, 2, 3 chains, those 3 ovals, and then double crochet, double crochet. So here it says chain 3 counts as a double crochet, and then 2 more double crochets in the same space. So 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to work over the magenta tail and put in 2 double crochets, 1, 2 in the same space. Okay, then after that it says chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 ovals, so we are right on track. When we do those 4 ovals, when we skip that stitch, we're going to then place 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets in the next chain 3 space. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the corner. We're not doing anything with that stitch. It wasn't even mentioned in the instructions. We know we can go ahead and skip it for that reason. And instead we are placing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets in the next side, which is a chain 3. Now notice that I only put in 3 double crochets in the first chain 3 loop, and I'm placing 5 in the second chain 3 loop. So this is the beginning of our turning our center into a rectangular shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll chain 4, chain 4, chain 3 at 3 double crochets in the next chain 3 space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other short side of the motif is 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Double crochet 5 of them in the next loop. So you can hopefully see the rhythm here as we make a rectangle shaped motif. 3, 4, 5, and we probably end with a chain 4 and a slip stitch because that would make it symmetrical. So we got to the 5 over here, and then we are chaining 1, 2, 3, 4 and joining in the top of that beginning double crochet. And in fact, round 3 says chain 4, join with a slip stitch in the top of the beginning chain 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that beginning chain 3 counts as the first double crochet. So whether it says slip stitch in the top of the chain 3 or slip stitch in the top of the beginning first double crochet, either one, it's the same thing. And round 3 says fasten off. So we will slip stitch in that stitch, pull up a loop, and fasten off. You can see we're starting to look like a football shape, which is on our way to becoming a rectangle. Round 4 is back to A, the first color. Join A with a slip stitch in a chain 4 space that starts a short side. Okay, so as we look at the diagram, the number 4 for the 4th round is starting the side right before the 1, 2, 3 double crochet. So in here we're going to chain 3 and place 1, 2, 3, 4 more double crochet, and then that all should be before the 3 grouping. So let's place a slip knot on our hook. I don't know about you friends, but this back to school season this year has really been a trial for me. A lot of work. Some slip stitching in that chain 4 space. I am chaining 3, which is counting as a double crochet. I'll place 4 more double crochets in that chain 4 spot. So because I believe you know that crochet is a relaxing and useful, valuable use of our time, you know that I have probably been crocheting a bunch during this very stressful back to school season during this COVID 2020 year. So 1, 2, 3 big chains there. Okay, so 4, it said 4 double crochets in the same space, then chain 3, and I'm skipping 3 stitches, which are those double crochets here that I'm skipping, and then 5 double crochet in the next corner. So I'm only chaining 3 to span the gap. 1, 2, 3. I'm skipping these 1, 2, 3, and in this chain 4 corner space, we will place 5 double crochets. So thank you for bearing with me while I had to skip a Saturday or two to move Mara back to college for her sophomore year and get Patrick started in his new school year. 1, 2, let's see, across the side here, we're making 1, 2, 3, 4 chains to span that gap while we skip the chain, the double crochet, 5 double crochets. So on the written instructions, it says chain 4, skip 5 stitches, which are happen to be double crochets, 5 double crochets in the next chain 4 space. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This side is a little bit longer, 1 chain longer than this side because it is a rectangle. Skipping all 5 of those double crochets and placing 5 double crochets in the next chain 4 corner. So hopefully we are on a, I hate the phrase new normal because it seems like every day changes and new normal only lasts a day before we get yet another new normal. So, you know, we are just rolling with the punches and everything is going pretty well, all things considered. It's just a weird, weird time in life. I hope you and your family are doing well. And let's take some time to relax and indulge in some yarn creation to make us feel good and relaxed. And okay, so we're now mirroring this side, so chain 1, 2, 3, and then 5 double crochets over here. So we are, it's symmetrical in its rectangularness. So if you remember what you did for the first side, it is the same for the opposite side. And I could hear Theo playing with yarn behind me, knocking things off onto the floor from the table. Okay, we're spanning a double crochet 5 grouping, so we know we're going to chain 4 to be similar to the opposite side, what we did over here. And we're skipping those 5 double crochets, and we will join with slip stitch in top of beginning chain 3. So either it's a beginning chain 3 or the first double crochet. If you started with a standing double crochet, it's up to you, but that counts. Now we are getting a little bit of cupping going on because it's not, there it is, it's fine. So it's a fewer stitches for the space, but sometimes your tension is, oh, wait a minute, am I fastening off? Yes, I'm fastening off. If you feel like it is cupping too much, you can go up a hook size, and that is why we swatch, so that we can learn those lessons before we start the actual project. Round 5, we just have round 5 and 6 to go. Round 5 is quite a big paragraph, so if you don't feel like reading the written instructions, you can read the diagram. So we will find the number 5 on the diagram. We are placing 1, 2, 3 in the, if you're looking at the previous round, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets in that corner. This beginning chain 1, 2, 3 is in the middle one. It's in the third one of the double crochet 5 corner. So we will double crochet, that chain 3 counts as a double crochet, and then 2 more double crochets in that same stitch. Then to just road map and see where we're headed, then we're going to double crochet, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches. And then in this, over this chain 3 side space, so that would be here in this chain 3 side space, we are going to double crochet, and then we are doing a front post treble crochet together. So it's going to be here and here, this big long stitch that's going to front post double crochet around this stitch, and this stitch. Okay, so let's do this together. Yes, front post treble crochet together. Okay, the together thing is an old knitting thing, but it works well to describe what we're doing. So that's why we used that abbreviation. So I'm going to join with a slip knot, or I could just pick up yarn. It doesn't really matter. But we remember we're going in the third one of the 5 corner that starts the side with the 3. This is the side with the 3. This is the side with the 5. So 1, 2, 3. So here is where we will chain 3, and that's going to count as the first double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Place 2 more double crochets in that same stitch to become the new corner, and that matches here. Then double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So double crochet in the double crochet in the next double crochet, and here's where we get to do the fanciness on the side with the front post treble 2 together. So in the chain 3 space, first thing we have to place a double crochet. So we'll place that double crochet, and now we're going to front post treble crochet together. So we are going to yarn over twice. Front post double crochet means you go from the back, from the front to the back to the front. Yarn up, pull over, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook twice. Leave 1 loop there. Yarn over twice. Insert the hook front post treble crochet wise from the front to the back to the front again. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook twice. And then pull it all together with a yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook. That is your front post treble crochet 2 together. Okay. Now, if it was all in the same space, it would be a cluster, but because its feet are spread, even if it was just spread over 2 stitches and not 3, it would be a together. It's a decrease. It takes 1, 2, 3 stitches and turns it into 1. And then we add a stitch by adding a double crochet right here in the chain 3 space. So we had 3 chains, and now we have 1, 2, 3 stitches. Okay. So we did not increase. We're actually increasing on the corners. So we will double crochet here, double crochet here, and increase by placing 3 double crochets in the third or middle double crochet of the corner. Okay. So we will double crochet in each of the remaining double crochets of that side, that corner there. And we now have gotten to this part in the diagram where we're about to go over the chain, the double crochet 5 grouping, double crochet 5 grouping, double crochet 5 grouping. And we are, so we double crocheted, double crocheted. We are going to do a long front post treble crochet here. Let's verify it with our instructions. So front post treble crochet in double crochet directly below on round 3. So not the one on round 4, not there because there's nothing there. We're skipping down into round 3. So here we go. We're skipping this. This is round 4. We're going down to round 3, which happens to be the pink. We'll front post treble crochet with yarn over twice. Pull up the loop around the post of that stitch in round 3 that's directly below it, right there, straight down. Then we will, looks like 1, 2, 3 double crochets in the chain 4 space. So we double crocheted in each 3 double crochet. Here it is, 3 double crochet in chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3. So double crochet in the chain 3 space, 1, 2, whoops, I pulled through too many, 2, 3, and then we'll do that long front post treble crochet. It's not called a long one, but it is. It's reaching down into the third round. So yarn over twice, front post treble crochet around it, and finish it off. It is not a together or a decrease. Okay, and we will continue this in pattern. So double crochet, double crochet. Then in the third one, or the middle one of the 5 in the corner, we are increasing by placing 3 double crochets in the place of 1. That helps us turn the corner. Double crochet, which means 1 in one stitch and then 1 in the next stitch. Okay, and then we get to do that treble crochet 2 together again. So we do the double crochet first. Okay, we are now here on the diagram. So I have here in the chain 3 first, and then it's the gray stitch that I'm pointing to, and then the 2 front post treble crochets. We know it is a front post treble crochet because there are 2 yarn overs. Those 2 little hash marks are yarn overs, 1, 2, and we know it's a front post double crochet because of this little hook on the symbol on the diagram. So yarn over twice, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook twice, but leave 1 unworked, and then do the other one. Yarn over twice, go in that final stitch of that 3 grouping, yarn over and pull up a loop and pull through twice, yarn over and pull through twice, and then yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook. Then remember to make that additional double crochet in that chain 3 space so that we now had 3 chains and we have 3 stitches. Okay. Double crochet, one double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, 3 double crochets in the 3rd stitch of the grouping, double crochet 1 in each of the next 2 stitches. Okay, and then if you remember the side was treble crochet, front post treble crochet straight down around the one on the end of the grouping of 5 right here, see? And then double crochet 3 double crochets in the chain 4 space. 1, 2, 3. Poke those ends to the back. I'll weave them in later. 3. And then double front post treble crochet in that final one. Don't forget to do your double crochets in the last 2 double crochets. 1, 1. And then join with a slip stitch in the first double crochet or the top of the beginning chain 3, whichever it says in the pattern. It means the same thing. And are we fastening off? Round 5, yes, we would be fastening off. And then it's going to end with a yellow round. I think you can probably do the yellow round on your own, but let's go ahead and do it. And then don't forget to watch. I have more motifs for you, and I have patterns from my One Skein crochet book for you as well. So grabbing the yellow yarn, it's basically a single crochet border, excuse me. And in the middle one of the middle corner, we're going to place 3 single crochets. So I am placing a slip knot on my hook. Okay, and round 6 says join A, color A, with a single crochet in the middle double crochet of a 3 double crochet corner. So the middle double crochet of a double crochet 3 corner, the middle one. Join with single crochet. Oh, to start a short side though. This is starting a long side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. So I need to start a short side. So I'll rotate it and find the middle one of the corner, starting a short side. And because it's a rectangle, that's why it matters. If it was a square, it wouldn't matter because all the sides would be the same. More than likely. Okay, single crochet in the same stitch, single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on this, I started a short side, so I did 3 in the corner, then I did 1, 2, 3, 4, and then right here we're doing a half post front post double crochet. So it's a front post half double crochet around the next stitch. So let's do that together. Yarn over, go all the way underneath that whole big fat stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through everything. Okay, you got it. All right, so then it says double crochet, or I'm sorry, single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that should bring us to the middle stitch of the corner, which it does. Here's the corner, here's the middle stitch, and we'll place 3 in there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so then now we are going to single crochet in the next 1, 2, 3 stitches, and then look, we have another fun half double crochet front post there. So single crochet 1, 2, 3, and then around the front post stitch we will do a half double. So yarn over, insert the hook from the front of the fabric to the back of the fabric to the front of the fabric, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through everything. Okay, then we will single crochet in the next 1, 2, 3, and then do that again because I'm reading the diagram. 1, 2, 3, and then that front post half double crochet again. Yarn over, insert the hook around this post of the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all the loops on the hook. Okay, single crochet 1, 2, 3, and it really doesn't matter the count at this point. You should know that when you get to the middle stitch of the corner, which we are now, we are going to place 3 in there. 1, 2, 3. I think you can start to see the rhythm at some point. 1, 2, 3. We already did this short side before, and it had 4 stitches over here, and then the front post half double crochet all the way around this big fat stitch. There you go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 until we get to the middle stitch of the double crochet 3 grouping in the corner, and 3 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, and we will continue this final side just like we did its opposite over here. So 1, 2, 3 single crochets in each of the next double crochets. The front post half double crochet around the last post stitch, single crochets 1, 2, 3, front post half double crochet around the next post stitch, and single crochet in each of the remaining final few stitches. And then we will join with a slip stitch in the first single crochet. You can always read the count there behind the dash to make sure you have the right number of each type of stitch for the round. If there is no count placed, that's probably an even round, which does not happen in motifs, but just to let you know that if there is a count there, it usually means the count has changed from one row or round to the next. And that is the gift package motif. Please click here to watch more motif fun, and click up here for patterns from One Skein Crochet. I will see you next time.